I don't know about KL, but we the rest of us are. But
Alex got some good pictures with the ladies. I like the pictures you got, Alex. There were some really good ones there.
Yeah.
I recognize some. Yeah, some of the a few of the ladies did recognize me. This was actually my second visit there, and compared to last year, thanks to you guys, I became a little more outgoing. And I'm just taking baby steps, and someday I might reach the same heights as you guys. I'm just want to fit in. That's all. Just be myself.
It's good.
I thought you were a lot more
new
outgoing
face.
this year, Alex. Oh, sorry. I just want to say Alex was a lot more outgoing, I think, this year, and I like to see that. You seem to enjoy the show. So, no, it's good to see you again, Alex.
It's good to see you too, David.
It's good to see a fresh new face.
That's true.
Suspect.
Yeah, because my big brother, Mr. Mickey Weird, right now he's still recovering after his surgery. Nicole, she got some things she's going on. She says she's watching the live, and then like I said, most times it's hard to get anybody on here because most of them are busy or they're not interested. But here's what I'm gonna say, this, folks. I'm gonna say this, folks, to you out there, and I appreciate the ladies who do follow me and support my content. I do, but to the others, understand this: I am who I am. Now, if you have some problems with it, cool. I understand. I respect that. But again, this is what I'm going to tell you. I will choose my words wisely by not watering myself down. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So you know what? For some, I might be too hot. For others, I'm just right. I do this content not just to be to be informative and also to be entertaining. And I want like this. This is the thing about people about the devil. He doesn't take anybody who's not willing and wanting. You got to be willing and wanting to come on here. If you appreciate my content, I appreciate you. But at the same time, if it's just not your cup of tea, that's cool. Just let me know that. Don't waste my time. Don't hold me up. I got things I got to do. This content is about y'all. And y'all, here's the thing is, I'm a quote from one of the old school wrestlers, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. I'm tired of dealing with a bunch of yellow belly egg sucking dogs. If you want to step on here and talk about your story, welcome, but don't string me along. Don't waste people like my man KL, my man David, or even my man Alex's time. We don't have to do this shit for you. But for the ones who do appreciate it and appreciate our work, we appreciate you. So I got that out of the way. So if anybody got to say something?
I'm just curious about Balls Deep. Like, what the hell? I haven't seen him when I participated in these roundtables recently. And like, where is Balls Deep?
I think that
was on live yesterday.
Yeah, he sometimes spends some time over KL's. I think that time when I had remember Conchetta Washington on here, and her family's going after him. I think I had to block him one time because he was getting too bad, but he's always welcome guest. You always welcome on here.
I'm just teasing too. He's a little bit goes a little too far sometimes, but I just think his name is funny.
Yeah. I think Balls Deep. So, gentlemen, as you know, I was at Tampa. I enjoyed myself. It was a great opportunity to meet some ladies who I follow on social media, who I've done interviews with. There was quite a few. And so again, I checked out the Master Show. That was the first show. I just because the Master Show was just I got a ticket. We covered everything from prejudging to finals because the Master Show is not as popular. Some competitors, they would supposed to do a Masters. Others were doing different. They would do the Masters that night and do the Open the next day. Now, particularly, I'm going to shout out one of the winners at the Master Show, and that is Keisha Oliver. Now, Keisha, amazing. I got to talk to her for a good bit. She got some pretty eyes. I think her eyes are green.
She's pretty. Yeah.
She's with her boyfriend, and we were talking a good bit at the bar. And I think she's supposed to be qualified for this year's Olympia. And I was kind of like, wait a minute. I mean, I thought the qualification was for because I think somebody told me the deadline for it ends that August 3rd. But you got to think about it. You got to go all the way to Japan. That's about a 14-hour flight there and back.
So, she didn't win. You mean 40 plus? She didn't win 40 plus though.
She won 40 plus.
No, April Cosamono did.
No, that's in physique. I'm talking about women's bodybuilding.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm getting mixed up. You're right. Okay, yeah. So she would have had short turnaround time. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I'm gonna pull up here the picture. I think she's been competing for quite some time. She last competed with New York. I think she was top 5 at that show. But the question is, I think she's like, this might be some pictures after her, because she stayed up till she the women's part of the Tampa, like women's. It was a women's body and physique. I think it was men's 212 and bikini and wellness. That was on Friday, and the rest was men's open, men's classic, bikini, and figure. And she was hanging out for a good bit. I don't know if she's leaving or she already left. But she, like I said, she didn't post a lot, like she said, but she did post this for y'all.
She's a beautiful lady too. I like her. I didn't get a chance to talk to her actually.
I am.
I actually got to. I
I'm
met
back in
her
the
and
room, but
Rachel
I
that morning.
don't ever
on
really do
Friday.
live, but I figured I'd try to do this before I try to get some sleep. But I won. I'm beyond just excited. So I am on to the Masters Olympia if I so choose to do so. It's been one hell of a ride, and I'm so grateful for it. Long show though, and so I am getting ready to sleep and then do it all over again tomorrow and open. So fingers crossed I can hopefully replicate today and open, but I'm just grateful to be able to compete. And I've met some really just amazing ladies today. And I think we showed up and showed out for the Masters for women's bodybuilding. So thank you to my coach, Luria Lois Lane, Rachel McDaniels. I have no words. So can't wait to see her tomorrow. Thank you for, I hope you guys watch tomorrow. Cheer us on, but I'm excited to see what, frankly, what I look like tomorrow. I've never done a show that's back to back like this. So, and having to hold. So we'll see. Trust the process though, right? So, all right. Good night.
Shout out to Keisha. She looked great. She deserves this win. She's been through a lot in her past. Now, she mentioned her coach, and her coach is the real Lois Lane herself. That's Rachel Daniels. Actually, I saw Rachel. I was coming into the venue that day. I was walking down the hall, and I saw her. I said, real Lois Lane. And David, what I was wearing that Friday? I was wearing my Superman shirt. Superman, right? We give a little tag each other on the finger, but I know she was busy and running. But I've been a fan of the lovely Miss Oliver. She's been here for quite some time. She was one point, I think, when she with her coach Teresa Vosik, I'm trying to remember. Hello?
You're asking about her earlier coach?
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm honestly
I think
not sure. I don't know.
Well, I know I used to see some pictures on social media. She was with Teresa Vosik, hang out with her. But I think at one point, I think Teresa was a coach at one point.
Oh, really? No, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I
thought Keisha looked great though. She I hope she can get to Tokyo. I mean, such a quick turnaround time. Just as an aside, I did talk with a 40-plus physique woman winner, April Cusimano, and she got her pro debut after 11-year absence from competing after she got a pro card, and she wasn't sure how she was going to get to Tokyo either. And I suggested a GoFundMe page, so I'm hoping maybe she'll do that, because I think the fans would probably come together and try to hopefully help her, try to get Tokyo. And maybe same with Keisha too. Maybe she could do a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, because we all know that Donna Jones does GoFundMe, and also a church helped me out with her cost of her travels.
Yeah,
that's good. GoFundMe is a hit or miss sometimes. That's the thing about that. I started GoFundMe because I want to go to the show, and if it's not anything, it's like where it's like really important, like you're a sick kid or somebody dying. Most times you don't get. I remember a few years ago, when I thought I was going to move out of this apartment that I shared with my mom for nearly 30 years. I thought I needed maybe some little money so I can move. They will probably send me to another apartment, but I started GoFundMe. I was lucky enough to get $25 in that GoFundMe. And a couple people donated. Yeah, and
it could have been
people
negative
donated.
25.
Yeah, but here's the thing about GoFundMe. If you anybody know about GoFundMe, it takes a cut. They will take a cut. Yeah, because it's taxed. And that's why I said, people, if you want something, like if you see in my taper, I do have still the GoFundMe account. I might well leave it up till it probably goes out. But I have my PayPal, my Cash App, just if you can direct those directly, because that goes into my account. That's a lot easier than doing GoFundMe. But if you want to donate to my GoFundMe, I'm thinking about maybe next year going to a show. I'm trying to figure out I got 3 in mind that I would like to go to. Some are a little farther west, and one might be a little bit farther up north for me. But I want doing this. I want to do it. Not like also because I want to help Eunice, because Eunice, we both love Eunice, David. You met her back in 2024 when you at the Triple O, and then I got to meet her in Tampa.
I actually met her at 2023 Olympia before Bad Rap started. Actually, that was the first time I met her, and she's really cool and really cool lady for sure. Should we tell? I thought it was kind of cool. You had asked me to keep your visit, George, secret from Eunice because you wanted to surprise her. So I had to keep that secret for a few weeks, and that was tough for me, man. I was like, oh man. But she was genuinely surprised. She was really pleased to see you.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, when I saw her, I had to do, when she came off the stage and I saw her, I did if you ever remember The Color Purple, this is before your time, Alex, it's a movie called Color Purple with Whoopi Goldberg, where she plays Sissy.
I know that.
Sissy had 2
Steven
kids.
Spielberg and Whoopi Goldberg. I heard that movie. They made a remake out of it.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah, it's based on the book, but yeah, there's a scene at the end of the movie because her 2 children she had with a stepdaddy were adopted by this, this preacher and his wife, and they lived in Africa. There's a scene where the children finally come, and the son's like, "Oh my mama, oh my mama," and that's what I did. I said, "Oh my mama." I had to be. I even did when I saw Ashley. I even did my Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey. When she was Sophia say, "Miss Ashley, I saw you, and I'm in that house sitting in the rock, and I saw you, Miss Ashley. I knew there was a God. I knew there was a God. I couldn't help myself. I had to do it. Don't put your hand in your face, KL. Stop. I had to do it. Like if I see Jake, you know what I'm gonna do, David and KL. If I see Jake, what I'm gonna do. If I get to see, I'll say this. You see my lives, Alex. If I get to see Jake Wood up front and close and personal, I'm gonna have to do it. It's just it can't be unavoidable. It's in me. I can't let it go. I said this.
Say, hey, how you doing?
Wasn't the Tampa Pros women's bodybuilding revived because of Jake Wood? Isn't that the reason it came back to begin with?
He helped, I think. Yeah.
Yo, Jake, I want that money. I want that gun. I mean, he came, like I said, Tim, these two always work collaborate because he, the Miss International, which was put in as a pro qualifier for women's bodybuilding, is that part of the Chicago Pro. Him and Tim had a good relationship for a long time, and he's still, even though he's not as invested as much as women's bodybuilding like he was in the past, because now he's focused on the Olympia. He had to step up, because this is one of the few big shows in that had it. Because the problem was, it's again we talk about it's a money thing. We got some guests here, and I always want to shout out my guests. I know y'all want to say something because y'all been sitting piping and says, this is from my man, I believe his name is DJ, says, let's see how many people come on chat. As many as they like. It's about, also he says this, he says, you met Ashley Jones, Sharonica Hinton, 2 Olympian athletes. That's a big deal, George. Yes. Well, like I said, there's other Olympian athletes there too. Susan Graham. Can't forget some other ladies that also Olympia qualified. It's also I got to run into Paula Ranta, who's been Olympian. She was a figure, and now she's going for her first Olympia in physique in a few months. And I talked to her a little bit. She's young, 25 years old, actually only 5 years old from 25, but the rest of us, 25 was a long way from us.
Yeah, that's pretty young. Oh man, Paula is
I talked to her.
Girl.
Yeah, I talked to her, and she said that she's going to be planning on doing the Texas Pro, which is coming up this weekend. As you know, David gave me some information. He said that Zamabenta, who just also won the Women's Open, division at the Tampa, who won the second time, she's not doing the Tampa Bay, the Texas Pro.
Yeah, she was originally planning on it, but now she said she's focusing on Olympia, which I think makes sense. Probably needs to get ready for Olympia for sure. And I was surprised how many shows Paula's done this year. She won Chicago, and now, but this will be her 6th show, I think. And
Actually,
I think being young,
it's going to be a 7th. Give me back. He did Optima Omaha. I think it's going to be Optima Omaha. I think it's 6. Optima Omaha. Then she did Imperial, Chicago, Tampa. Yeah,
Tampa.
Right, 6.
Yeah, that's a lot of shows. But I mean, she's young. It's a little easier when you're younger, I think, to do multiple shows like that.
Yeah, but it's still a risk because you got to go through. You have to maintain that look for a while, for at least a whole week, because you're back at peak week again. And that's, even if you're young, we have seen what happens even with the young people. Some people even just as her have had did more harm than good to their bodies. We got here from a man, Emmanuel. He shot to him. He says, "Hey George, you look great. Your energy seems great after attending the Tampa show last weekend. Great to hear you had a good time. Appreciate that, brother. Actually, there was a booth. I think Titan Medical had a booth, and I was talking to the lady. She gave me a little energy shot, so it might be still in my system a bit. I don't know.
No. I was doing boot camp with George. I had him like running around and shit, man. So no, I'm just teasing. No, I did get you.
Oh, Mark! Get your captain. Yeah.
No, you said you had more exercise than usual. Yeah, we were getting you around, and yeah, you were moving around quite a bit.
Yeah, because I get issues with my knees, it's arthritis, one's near your bone on bone. I got this carry around, but still I could move when I needed to. I was also helping at the booth, talking to people, getting like one point where had the drawing. And David, you were there to drawing, and he recorded it live. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, we have your comment from DJ says, David gets serious access with those athletes. Yes, as you know, particularly certain athlete he's a fan of, and he was helping her out, driving around a little bit. That is Miss Susan Graham, Susan Matthews, because I think she doesn't go by Graham anymore because she wished she got divorced.
That's right. Yeah, Susan Matheson. Yeah, and she traveled from Vegas to compete in Tampa for his first show of the year, and she really made a lot of good improvements. She looked really good, and then and now she's going to Masters Olympia. I'm really excited for her. I think she leaves tomorrow. She went back home to Vegas, and now she's going to Tokyo. So that's a crazy adventure. That's pretty exciting. I just can't.
Safe travels.
Now go ahead, Dave. I ain't gonna cut you off.
Oh no! I just wanted to say I think it's tough. I think it's tough to do shows back to back, but when the other show is halfway around the world, I mean that's like triply tough. I mean that's really tough, man. So I admire her for doing that. You guys go ahead.
What about to say, Alex?
No, I was just saying, since she's going to be heading over to the Masters, I just want to wish her, safe travels and best of luck.
Yeah,
I appreciate that because it's the list is out, but we have to update it a bit because As you know, some competitors are not competing this year. As you know, Evie Rain, she is retired. Don Salib, I don't think I don't know if she's going to come back next year or she is officially retired. There's some other people that was on that list. They probably going to update it later today. So, you know, because there was some that were added on is, you know, because, you know, one lady we both interviewed, me, you, and KL, that's Tracy Gile, you know, from Australia, a lovely lady who turned pro last year and then made a pro debut within like a month. And she made the Olympia. Michelle Boswell, who had a pleasure meeting, who won the title last year. No, 2023. I say last year. And quite some others. As you know, Barbara Mogin was also competing at the Tampa, and she's already qualified for Masters of O because she was on the list, and also she got qualification at the Toronto Super Show a couple months ago.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show. There are some ladies that can't get visas to get to Japan, or they can't afford to go. So that's the list of qualified athletes is going to be a lot lower. I don't know how much lower, but lower than what you see on the website, I think. I keep interrupting KL.
No, I wanted I noticed something that, you know, like during the clips, I seen like the audience, and it wasn't that many people there.
At the Masters or at Tampa?
Which one's the Masters?
Yeah, at Tampa. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the pros didn't get that much, unfortunately. The NPC had a ton of people. Man, NPC was like, there's literally like a line wrapped around, not outside the building, but inside the building.
But what was the difference? Like, because what the amateurs, the NPC, they like amateurs, and they're the pros. That it sounds a little kind of crazy because they pros and they don't get that much people there. Then the NPC
I know.
is I don't know. It is what it is.
I think the NPC guys get the family coming. That's the big thing, I think.
Yeah. That's one thing. I think you have so many people competing different divisions, you're going to have a good number of them are going to be family members and friends. Then, you know, because you got to think about it, you're going to have maybe so many different weight classes in, you know, like you with men's open and women's bodybuilding, they have weight classes. So you have any guys to heavyweights all the way to lightweight. You have women all the way from
I
heavyweights
remember
to
that.
middle.
Yeah, that was a thing back then in those contests. I remember that.
Yeah. Only in the amateurs, they did have weight classes in the pros years ago for women's bodybuilding, but they cut that out after a while. And you know, and they also had divisions like bikini. And now you also had a lady I talked to earlier. She was a fit model competitor. She was going to make her competing fit model at this show. So you're going to have a lot of numbers, and you know, it was a big crowd because they were doing the amateurs first that morning, and you know, and the pros came out later. And it was again, it was still a good lineup. I enjoyed the show. I actually recorded a little. If you go to my YouTube channel, I recorded some little routines. I got I think it was I posted Susan on there, also Zama, and also Lavinia. And Lavinia looked really impressive. I mean,
Oh yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, she was the one with the package. I had a feeling she was actually gonna win. She had the best balance in the V shape, the arms, legs, everything. I had a feeling she was gonna win.
Yeah, she was the favorite, definitely. She looked good.
And right now I'm actually currently using my phone because I was just spending my time going through photo references, finding a good pose of her. I'm actually trying to draw her and Elsa from Frozen as a bodybuilder posing together because I watched the Olympia last year and I was like, she was posing and I was hearing a familiar like, is that Let It Go from Frozen? And I was like, oh, this gives me an idea. So I hope she'll like it hope she'll like it.
Which athlete?
She competed at the Olympia last year, and during the finals, while she was posing, she chose "Let It Go" from Disney's Frozen, and I was impressed. I never thought I would hear that song, and I thought to myself, hey, maybe this gives me an idea for a new drawing to give her. Drawing her and Elsa posing together.
Cool.
You draw female bodybuilders?
Elsa as a bodybuilder. I mean, just for her. I mean, I will never. Disney. I am very well aware Disney has this character integrity. I'm very aware that I'm just only doing this for other people, not for the character in general. We know Elsa's fine the way she is. I'm just doing this for Lavania.
Sure, that's
You know,
cool.
like I said, so you do what you feel like you want to do, and you do it not just for the pleasure for them, but also pleasure yourself. You do something because you want to do it because you feel you get pleasure out of it. That's the most important bit. If that other person like it, that's their problem, and you don't have to worry about it. We have here a comment from my man DJ says, shout out to him again. He says, "Hope Keith gets better. I do, brother. I miss my big brother." Also, we have our dear friend, the lovely OCB Pro figure competitor, Mrs. Nicole Strauss. He says, "Hey George, hey David, hey there Nicole." Also, she
Nice to meet
says,
you, Paul.
hey Kate, hey Alex. She said, "Hey to you too, Alex." Ew, the ladies' man.
Guys, again, stop. I'm just being polite. I'm just.
Nah, boy. Come on. We just come have fun here. We're men here. Just have fun, son. You know, we also have a comment here. Shout out to my man DJ. He says, I saw Rachel Daniels with Keisha at the show. It's awesome that Rachel is her coach. Yeah, she looked really good. I mean, was it last time we saw her compete was at the Ultima Classic. She did Pittsburgh. And and we don't know who's playing at Pittsburgh. It was for that she kind of get a pro card there, but she's been working with a lot of quite a few competitors.
Rachel looked really good, by the way. Rachel looked big. She looked like a bodybuilder instead of physique.
Yeah, we have here Josh Stepke says, "Hey, what's going, everyone? What's good, everyone? Hey, Josh, everything's good, brother." Also, it's from my man DJ. He says, "I feel like Paul Ranta done too many shows, but she's young. She can handle it, I guess." Yeah. The thing about you can. I remember when I was young, work all day, run all night, and then I bounce back up the next day. But now, if I take 3 or 4 steps, yeah. But
did you
anyway,
see?
going back to the show, it was impressive.
Wait, George, in the private chat, I sent you a link to the song for the pro shows. It's like, where are them fans at, man? And that's
I seen it. I seen it. I clicked it while you were talking. While you're talking. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's at my sister's birthday party, they played that, and they had the fans and stuff. They were doing a dance. That's a popular song. Here we got here from man Josh again. Josh says, shout out to Lavinia Barros for winning the Tampa Pro, and also we have here from our man DJ. He says this. Shout out to DJ. He says, you always met you also met Brianna Terry, George, who is Hunter Henderson's friend, supporting her. Yes, I did meet the lovely Miss Brianna Terry. Also, she was with her boyfriend Joe Sullivan. It was a cool interview. I think she's a beautiful woman. She got a nice physique. She's mentioning she's doing a show in Mexico, which I just found out about the show from her. It's going to be the couple of weeks after the Olympia.
1 week after the Olympia.
Yeah. So now Vizik has a new show. As you know, they did get kicked out of the Daytona show this year and dropped from the Legion Sports Festival. And also, as you know, there's a new show coming up for also women's bodybuilding because our dear friend Mr. Jeremy Remo. I know, shout out to Jeremy. I should have sent him a link, but I know he's busy. Sometimes he'd be tired, but I don't always want to bother him. But he's always working wherever you want to come in because the link is up in the section you want to come in, click it, brother. And he interviewed Brittany Parrish. As you know, Brittany is going to make her debut. She was planning on doing Romania. Actually, the original plan was going to be Texas Pro, but we all know they dropped women's bodybuilding from that show.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping, especially with units in the area, bad rap. I'm hoping next year they add women's bodybuilding to the Texas Pro. That would be a show I would love to go to, especially if close to my dear friend.
Fingers crossed. Let's hope it happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it is a busy weekend. There's at least 3 shows going on. You have the Masters out in Japan, and that's going to be like a day ahead of it. It's 14 hours. So when they start, it's going to be probably that Saturday evening when they start their show, while we'll be sleeping that, Saturday evening, their Sunday, early Sunday morning. so we're gonna miss a good chunk of it. Then the Tupelo in Texas are at the same time, and I talked to Christine Ware because she's gonna do 40 plus at that show. 50 plus, do 50 plus. I say do 40. She should do 40 because she has a great physique. You get a chance to meet her and talk to her.
Yeah, Christine is really cool. It's the first time I met her and got a
Saying,
briefing.
yeah, she was really nice when I met Eunice for the first time. Oh my God, Eunice was wonderful to talk to. I'm glad I got to chat with her over the years. She's one of the best people I would turn to, for guidance. I'm very happy, and it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
She's a nice woman. I mean, a while back, her mother passed away, and kind of hurt my heart because how my sister was my mom. She was my woman, and I sent a little gifts to Georgia and Cindy. And when I went down there, so there's some ladies that done English week that never seen gifts before. I got them a little something, and they appreciate that because I was thinking about that because it's something you might need or want or whatever. That's how I feel. Like anytime I do interviews, say, ladies, if anything I can do for you, if something just a little bit more than support, I'm happy to offer because it's tough to be a woman in this sport, where it's less opportunities, less chances. Eunice and Bad Rep, they put up about a few bucks for the show. Lavinia, who won women's bodybuilding, now she's going to her third Olympia. This is her third qualification since she turned pro back in 2022. And she got one of the Bad Rep jackets. I know at the Triple O, it was Bad Rep jackets for the women's bodybuilding winner and also the women's figure winner. And I mean, if you look at Lavinia, she's really, has evolved in the last 3 years since she's been a pro.
She's a really amazing. She's such a sweetie too. She's just such a nice, woman. Always super, super sweet.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think she's even 30 yet. Her and Hunter, who were the top two, I think just 29. They haven't cracked the 3-0 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they're not. Wait, how old are they?
29.
Oh my! Wow!
Isn't that crazy? Yeah,
I'm 2 years older than. Oh, wow! I'm more impressed actually.
They've been training since their teens. I think they've been training for quite a while. Oh yeah, those Lavina pictures, like the old school pictures, you don't even recognize her. It's so different.
Yeah, because she's been in the game for quite some time. This is when she's been competing since the good part of the early 2000s. Turned pro back in 2021, I believe. Made her pro debut in 2022. Won a qualification same year, and then won her first Olympia in 2022. And then she got her next qualification that was Romania. And then she was 6th at the Olympia last year. And then she took some time off because she's working with her coach is Amanda Machalo's boyfriend, Dom. He was there.
Yeah.
Also, he coaches Susan. And she was working with Christina Mendoza as her opposing coach.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, Lavina is amazing. She's such a sweetie too.
Wasn't Christina supposed to compete this year, or did something came up?
She did compete in Chicago. Yeah, but she wasn't very conditioned there, and I know there's talk that she probably will come back again, but we don't know which show yet. I honestly don't know, and I've asked her a couple times. She won't really reveal where she's competing next, or if she's competing again this year. But I hope that Christina does compete again.
Yeah,
Christina, she's kind of.
See, I mean, she was actually pretty good. It was an unexpected win last year when I was during my first time there. She and my buddy Mikhail competed out. I remember the finals. I before the post down, I saw these two hugging, and I went, "Aw!" It really shows how Mikhail and Christina love and respect each other. I really, it's so genuine. I was actually glad I went to see the contest that year, and I'm glad Mikhail's my friend. We keep in touch right now. We're keeping in touch right now.
How's she doing?
Yeah,
she's
left.
Did you see the puppy?
That dog is great.
Yeah, she named it. To this day, she has no idea who this belongs to, and she's like, you know what? Let's keep it. And she already gave him a name, Marshall. It gives me
Nice.
kind of reminds me of my dog Kayla. She was a Labrador as well, but she was a black Labrador. Rest in peace, Kayla.
Well, we have any particular dog. We have mostly mutts. But my sister Mary, she had poodles. Her first poodle was the P Diddy. He died years ago before she passed. That was her first baby. She acquired a few poodles. You know, she had one called Biggie, small, but somebody stole him out of her yard. You know, he was a black lab. You know, I mean, you know, it's good. People love their pets. And like we go back to like Lavinia, still impressive. Christina, she could possibly do Atlanta. That's a
Yeah.
possibility. That would be like you remember last year when she did Tampa, it was, I think, if you remember it, Atlanta was first before Chicago and Tampa.
Yeah.
Because then they changed it and pushed it to last. Because remember, Anna Harris won for physique, and she did Chicago next, and Anna's over there in if she is, she might be over there. If she is, because she is qualified for the Masters. Oh, she might be over there now. So if she feel like she needed that more time, was it Chicago was the 16th of July, and Atlanta's going to be the 16th of the 15th or 16th on that Saturday or that Sunday, I believe. So
yeah, it's the week after the Texas Pro and Masters Olympia, and I hope she competes there because I think she could win if she gets a little bit more conditioning. Just like in when she won at Tampa last year, she did look really amazing at Tampa last year. Christina did.
Or there's two other options, as you know. She could go overseas at the end of the month and do the Alina Popa Classic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's an option for her. And because I could say they don't want to go overseas, but here the thing is, that's you remember. I think we saw Anastasia. I saw Anastasia Ryder. She was at the show because she was there for one of the clients, but she wasn't competing, and she was really good. And she's talking about doing a show in Germany, in a couple of months. That's September. And there's also, as you know, there's the Grand Prix in Anaheim. And also, as you know, the Rising Phoenix has expanded. It's no longer Rising Phoenix Arizona Pro. It's just the Rising Phoenix, meaning it covers all divisions. And it's no longer the Women's Bodybuilding World Championship. It is now an open show, which means that competitors who are not invited, because they usually have the invites for them, also who are like you had Andrea, Angela, and also Ashley, who were, Ashley got invited because it's her first time, and Andrea and Angela are the top two women's bodybuilding at the Olympia. And we might have maybe a couple ladies here and there who didn't get a qualification at a show. But now it's an open show because they changed, because Jake is kind of focused on the Olympia. He wants to be competitive with the Arnold Classic because Arnold has picked up the prize money, so he has to make some shorts. He has to make some cuts somewhere. So when they opened up the Masters Olympia, they had to cut the car out, cut out the part where they had the prize money for the best video, and also some other things, some other incentives. So this show now is an open show. So Christine lives in Vegas, so Arizona's not too far for her. And same thing we can say about if your girl don't get her qualification in Japan, she can, it'd be too soon to jump onto Atlanta.
Yeah.
And you have to get stuff together after that little long trip. So a possibility is, most definitely it would have been, well, with because she competed. Remember, she competed at the Legion. She took second that year, but now the Legion is no longer on the table for women's physique. So it has to be if she wants qualification this year, it has to be either do the Rising Phoenix, or try to see if we can make Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know if she's planning on doing any more shows after the Masters Olympia, but yeah, I'm curious about that. You got to pull her up, George.
I get this is my man, because you know what?
I'm the only one in this chat. Am I the only one realizing that the Rising Phoenix is turning 10 this year?
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, then Jake and his ex-wife, you opened it up. That was the reason why women's bodybuilding started making a comeback after a short absence.
Yeah, because here goes. It actually started. It was the Texas Pro originally. They called it the Texas Pro. That's when Dear Margie won the title. Because I was talking to somebody about that. You know, the Texas Pro started out women's bodybuilding. Then they moved because women's strength of base operation is in Arizona, and they moved it there. So because that's where the main officer is. So that's why I say what you're going to bring women's bodybuilding back to Texas Pro is fair because that's how Texas Pro started. Even though it was fed up, took up the title for up and Sarah, she put up the money for it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people have older, as people like Margie Martin, and both Margie and Hella are Olympic qualified for life because they've been both Rise of Phoenix champion. But Margie has retired; she's not competing. Hella's right now, she's just recovering after her knee surgery, and I think she's going to take a time off the road a little bit for next year. Alina Popa, she was champion, but she's doing more on the promotion side, and she's the vice president of European affairs. And you have Andrea, who was the 4-time champion, but then Angela won. I was talking to Angela a while back. She's kind of disappointed about it because you got to think about it, $3,000 was a good chunk of change.
Yeah, that was the last year of the big money prize big money prize for that show too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to pull up my girl, man.
Give me a moment, yeah. Dang. You be feeling. I can't leave you alone. You got me feeling.
She looked really good.
For you. That's an old song, Alex. It was back in the day. Oh yeah, but I don't wanna. Yeah, here she is. She looks really good. I mean, her waist is a lot smaller. I think one problem is her legs do need more thighs. And that thing is, physique is supposed to be a certain particular look. Where this is supposed to be the standard. If you look at someone like Sharonka Hinton, you look at a couple of ladies in the division, this is supposed to be the standard. The more athletic built, the more smaller waist, the more taper look, the wider shoulders, the wider width in the lats. This should have been a winning physique.
It was a tough competition, though. That's for sure. And yeah, I thought she looked good though. She made improvements and was bigger in a lot of ways. Bigger lats, and her quads were bigger, I think, but still not as big as like a Zama Benta. And she definitely, I thought, improved her back too, as Susan did.
Because she's working with Dom, who is Michelle's boyfriend, and also he's coaching Lavinia, and he's got to be proud of himself. His girlfriend looking pretty good. She got a qualification at Omaha. His other clients looking good. I think he used to compete, but I don't think he competes anymore. He's focused the coach. And this is what David wants to see.
That's gone viral. I think it's really popular video actually, and it's like them showing off the washboards there. But that was a great video. I like that. I had actually kind of organized that with Taylor. Taylor's on the right, and we had said that'd be cool to do like an abs pose off with Susan, and so we were able to arrange that. So it really worked out good. But man, it's been really popular with the fans.
Dave, he was draining me with these videos, man. I'm like, oh man. Every time I'm scrolling up, I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta take a break.
I got you, man. That one, no, the one right there, that I kind of messed up the cover shot on that one, but that's an interview with her right there that I did. I don't know why it messed up the cover shot so much. I tried to fix it and I couldn't fix it. So, oh well. But yeah, she definitely looked bigger. Her arms are a lot bigger too. But I was kind of tongue tied talking to her.
Well, you know, she's an amazing lady. She's been like we we're talking. She's been competing for 12 years. You know,
No,
and you know
20,
she
20 years now.
20 years
Yeah,
now, right?
she's competing.
She's been pro about 12. You know, she's been pro about 12.
Yeah,
But you
that's
know,
true. Yeah.
What was
yeah.
she doing before? Like she was always in women's physique.
She, I think she started in, well, we know when she started back in 2005, they didn't have so many categories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might have done figure back then, but she's been doing physique since she turned pro. And then she took a 5 year break from 2017 to 2022, where she did powerlifting. And that's when she got a lot bigger. She put on a lot of size after that. So, and now after that, she started winning shows and stuff. So it kind of changed her physique and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I like her look.
Yeah, she made a return, I think, in 2021, 2022. She was second at the Legion Sports Festival in 2022. She lost to that Julia girl. We have not seen her since she got a qualification for the Olympia. That's been almost 3 years.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
sometimes it's about timing,
Julia's
right?
getting married too, or Julia just got married this past weekend. Yeah, but
Congratulations.
she's not training anymore, or at least not currently. But I hope that she'll compete again. She looks amazing.
Yeah, it's like I said, most ladies might take time off, enjoy life, and do what you got to do. The sport's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. But, you know, get it back here. We have a comment from a man, DJ. He says this. He says, you guys seen Missy Trescott on IG. She is looking fantastic, preparing for a Tupelo Pro show. Well, you know, Missy's going to make her, you know, figure debut. You know, she's been the multiple time figure
Fitness.
Olympic champion. You know,
No,
she's
fitness.
been fitness. I'm sorry, fitness. You know, I forget. Yeah, fitness figure. It seems like the same, but it's different poses. But
Yeah.
Missy's making her debut because you know, back in 2023, she had a bad accident where doing a stage where she just totally blew out her knee, and you know, she even came back after recovery, and then she's been kind of sneaking about. You know, I'm going to move over here and do this, and you know, and she mentioned that she's going to make her debut at Tupelo. And I think maybe it's a good idea because you want a smaller show, even though your physique is somewhat similar to some ladies in figure. You want to see how you do. Like you know, Shanique Grant made her return last year. She did a show, didn't get a qualification in wellness, and then she did another show, and she did get a qualification in wellness. Classics, you know. Missy is one of the top competitors in the sport. You know, she's been in the game for quite some time. Mostly as fitness champion, but now she's moving over to figure. And I think this debate is that could she become the new figure Olympia champion?
I think she's the favorite. Yeah, I think so. Because Sydney, retired, and Missy does look really good. I got to meet her at Olympia last year. She was really nice. And just God, gorgeous woman. Jeez Louise, beautiful.
Yeah.
How many women you interviewed so far, Dave?
Couple hundred, I think. I can't remember now. Something like that.
Just about as many as I did. Maybe I might have a few more, because it is a lot to get these ladies on here and talk about themselves and to share their stories. And that's why anytime I get the opportunity, it's a pleasure to talk to you. And then to go to Tampa and to meet some ladies in person, and meet guys like you, David, and meet Alex, a couple other people who follow my social media and follow my channel. I appreciate that. There's some ladies that I wasn't sure, I didn't expect to see at this show. One lady that I think Mikael got a pleasure of interview a while back, the lovely Mrs. Dawn Stanley. Dawn was there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah. Dawn is an amateur competitor. She's friends with Big Jane. We talk about Big Jane. She's traveling over in Thailand back at home. And, some other competitors got to, my dear friend here, our dear friend Eunice and her partner JoJo, Bad Rap Ladies, who put up the prize money for women's bodybuilding, the jacket for Lavinia, and also Baba Mojan won for no Baba Mojin.
Yeah.
There's a Baba Mojin, Baba Minaj, French Brazilian. But she.
I think she's from Brazil. Yeah, she's from Brazil.
Yeah, I know she's Brazilian. But Baba Minaj, who I interviewed from France, and it was a great event. They also did some because I had to leave that afternoon because I got to catch my train back. They had also some presentation. Dave, you were there. What was it like?
Well, for Saturday,
Yeah.
I didn't actually go to any of the Saturday stuff.
Me either. I'm committed. I work at Amazon on the weekends. I got to do what I have to do.
I was like, I could have gone to Saturday show, and I was there at the Hyatt, but I'd already spent enough money. I bought tickets for the Thursday Masters and then the Friday Open for women's bodybuilding, women's physique. That's one thing bugs me a little bit about the Tim Gardner shows, although I think he's a great promoter. But if you wanted to see everything at the show, I think there was like 8 different tickets based on the day of the week and which whether you're going to see NPC and which pro division you're going to see. And it's kind of expensive. And I think it's a little bit, beyond the means of some people to pay that much. So I wish there would be like an all day ticket, instead of carving it up into 2 or 3 or 4 tickets for one day. It's just too much, so that's my soapbox,
If we do like this, okay, let's do like this. Okay, I know I got my tickets for if I was just gonna watch the Masters as just regular seats, that was $80.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to watch VIP, that was $100.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch the prejudging in the open shows. It was going to be $60 for VIP,
Mm-hmm.
$40 for regular seats, and then they change when we do the open. Do the finals, it's going to be $80 for VIP and $60 just for regular seats. So because I said, what, let me just see how the show ends. I just pay for the prejudging for the open for because we're in bodybuilding, and that's be the regular seats for the Masters. What could do this, and I know you do a budget deal. And some people would like to see the amateur part. You can sell a ticket for $200 to cover everything. Call it an all-purpose ticket. And, $200.
That's a good point. Yeah,
that's
I
an
think
all-purpose ticket.
I think it would help draw more people to come too. Yeah.
And then if you want to sit in a particular area, you have to put in an extra $50. You want to do VIP, make it $250.
Yeah.
So you will get your money and then some.
Yeah, fill more seats. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I
it's
want
an option for people who can afford the all-purpose ticket. Everybody's probably going to buy the other way because they can save money, but the all-purpose ticket will come out cheaper because you're thinking down. So I want to see in the VIP section. See, and okay, that's $80. That's another $80. Okay, and but that's just for the prejudging. You got to put another $100 for the finals. What? So I just go ahead and pay $200. And if I want to if I want to sit in the VIP part, charge me extra $50.
Yeah, I think a package ticket makes sense.
Don't
you? Oh, go ahead, Alex.
I actually was surprised I was able to afford my tickets this year because last year I had to pay in full, but this year the payment site added a new feature, a Klarna app feature, and I actually made a payment plan deal to help me, make monthly payments instead of paying in full. So.
Cool.
Lucky me, I guess.
One thing I wanted to mention, George.
Klarna. I can't believe they actually added Klarna this time. I was actually surprised. I thought something like this would never happen, but there it is, and I was able to afford with my budget and such.
I just want to mention Alex got some really good pictures, and he has a post that has pictures with the different athletes. And I was wondering if you could show that because he's got some. The pictures of the ladies he's got were really good, and he got some top athletes.
I'm doing it from my phone. I don't know how exactly am I supposed to do it from here. I don't want to. If I access,
George can pull it up
right now.
I can do is Alex. I can pull it up. That's
Okay,
because
yeah, just
I'm
go to
using
my
the tool
just go
here.
to my Instagram page, go to my recent post. I'm surprised. Oh, the one that got the most likes so far, from what I can see, is from David. I'm what I did for David. David couldn't get a good shot with the ladies coming down the stairs for prejudging, so I was like, you know
Oh
what?
yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
I
Yeah.
should maybe I should help that. Maybe I should help him out. So, we waited and just waited, and then the ladies started coming down and I started filming. I had to edit out a couple camera shots. And I added a song. I matched the footage together. I picked the Beyonce's Girls Run the World because I don't know. I was trying to pick up something that would represent women's bodybuilding. I don't know.
I thought you
And
did a good job
I,
with it.
I
That's
just worked
good.
with I think it worked. I think it was a bigger
Uh-huh.
success than both than you and I didn't realize.
No, I thought it was great. I also like there was one where you there was like maybe 10 pictures where you were like posing with the athletes too. That was really good. Like Susan and Barbara and
Oh,
Levy, I
Barbara,
think.
Chelsea.
I have never met anyone so sweet like her. She is really sweet.
Yeah. She is. She is, isn't she? I like her a lot. I never met her before, and she's really, really cool.
If I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I think Barbara is kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie.
She is. She's beautiful.
So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to admit it, boy. Some of these ladies are very attractive. Some
Yeah, I know, but
honestly, there's some
I
very
always go past,
attractive.
but I always but keep them. I always go past their appearances, and just for the most, I still act like a gentleman. I'm just what I'm trying to say.
I like I said, I act like a gentleman too, but sometimes I act like a whore if I have to. It's just you know. Sometimes it's they are particularly sight. I mean, and there's some, like I said, there's some beautiful ladies. Alex, I'm trying to tap it because I'm on my computer because my where how I find you on IG because I have a different IG that I use that I have on my phone.
I'll just try my scrap. It's Alex. Can you write?
Oh, yeah, I can get the link for you
Yeah,
too.
send the link to me, David. But I will pull up this little ditty, and you know what? I'm dedicated to my man here because you know what? Yeah, I still owe him for that time when he pushed up on my girth.
Oh man.
Oh man, I owe him for this one. Yeah, I owe him for this one. I do.
I wish you can see which photos I took. Which ones are you looking at right now?
Yeah, you focus. So once I get the link from David, I'll post it to you. So we're gonna play this a little bit. I got the opportunity to talk to the lovely Miss Matheson.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was awesome. Wait, I think I sent you the wrong link. Let me send that again. Sorry. I'm not doing very good.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, folks. This is your man, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live in Tampa, folks. I have here a beautiful lady here in front of me. She just did the pre-judging at the Tampa Bay Pro. She is Olympia qualified, both for the Masters and also possibly will be qualified for 2025. We have the lovely IFB Pro, Mrs. Susan Matheson. Welcome, ma'am, and thank you for your time. Yes, Casey. Yeah, it's a great opportunity for me. I'm a cool old country boy and be out here with y'all folks. So, ma'am, you just did prejudging. So, what's your thoughts? How you feeling?
Oh, well, I feel great. My goal here, is a good competition. So getting, in the first call out, maybe top 5 was my ultimate goal, and I think I've accomplished that. I don't know where I stand, but I was in the first call out, and I guess we'll just wait around for the finals at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a tough competition. I mean, you impressive lineup. People like Zama Benta.
Yeah.
Wow, I follow her on social media. I'm like, wow. I mean, she won the show last year, and I think she can do Texas. And you're going to be going to Japan.
Yep. I leave tomorrow back to Las Vegas, and then I get on a plane to Japan on Tuesday.
Yeah, you feel like you cut it close? I mean,
it is, but you just got to do what you got to do. They're not going to postpone it just for me.
Yeah. How you feel like? What do you feel like your chances are? Because I think Caroline Alvarez is going to be there. Evie Rain, she won it 2023, but she's retired. You think you got a good chance at the show?
I mean, I think there's going to be some really good competition there too. So I'm just going to go with the same mentality of, hopefully the first call out, top 5 would be awesome. So, but, I feel like it's really, there's a lot of wild cards in there too. I mean, like there's like Susan from Australia. I don't know if you follow her.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing.
I mean,
made lots of good improvements.
You Tracy Guile?
Yeah,
because I interviewed Tracy. Yeah, I interviewed Tracy. She's an amazing lady.
She was at the Olympia last last year.
Yeah, I mean, she's great physique, she's great potential. I think quite a few other ladies are there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the list is already set because you just added a few more names with this show. Because I'm kind of surprised that this show is still Master Olympic qualification yesterday. Because I thought,
I know.
yeah, I thought the guidelines stopped because like the Olympia, they stopped like 2 weeks before the Olympia.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of close still.
I know. I thought that was crazy because I was considering doing the Masters part so I could get qualified for
2027.
But then when it wasn't that, I was like, I'm not gonna. That's too much work to.
Yeah. I mean, it's like because you already get your spot because you were top 5 the last show, and then now you go come, and also you did pretty good the last couple of shows. I remember it was you and Natalia Bastrova both at the Optima, and then you did Omaha. It was like a back and forth between y'all two. Like this is like this. It was like America versus Russia. It was a fantasy thing. It's like it's just the American dream, the American all beauty, and the Russian mysterious woman.
Yep.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I appreciate the time you've given me. I wish you best of luck. I'm going to catch the prejudging later. I'm just here helping my friend Eunice with a bad rap. And, just congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joyce.
You're welcome. Like I said, my quote from my man, The Dark Knight, you never have to. So, anyway, folks, we have to thank again the lovely Mrs. Masters for coming through and wish her best of luck. This man always your page, a.k.a. the Emperor of Everybody Talk. Don't subscribe. I am out. Thank you. Yeah, she is a great lady, amazing. I know David is a fan of hers. He particularly enjoys spending time with her when he got an opportunity. Because I heard, David, you were her chauffeur. You were drive me home, Jeeves.
I did drive around a little bit. I took her to Walmart to get groceries, and took her to the coach's Airbnb where Dom and Amanda were staying. And where else did we go? We went somewhere else. I can't remember now. But the last week was a blur for me. It was exciting to be down there. Oh, I did take her back to another grocery store to get a little bit more food. But yeah, it was really cool to see her again. I was really pleased that she came to Tampa to compete, and definitely, I'm hoping she wins Masters Olympia. I'm praying for her. So we'll see.
Yeah, because I know Carolina Alvarez is going to be there, and it's feeling like I think she took third to Carolina because it was a Brazilian versus Brazilian back in 2023 between Carolina and Evie, and Evie had a amazing physique because she has last year she announced retirement. This other name she mentioned, Tracy Guile, so many other women that are there, but one thing I hope that Carolina doesn't win because the fact is, she's been multiple times qualified for the Olympia, but she can't come because of visa issues. And that's what's going on. Some competitors right now doing this administration, they have blocks of countries that from coming in. Like one example is Heidi Chopin. He is from Iran. He can't come here to compete because there's a block with Iran. Who have visa issues like Anastasia Levanova and also Anastasia Korbalova. They're right now, even though Anastasia Korbalova, she got a qualification at the Romanian Muscle Fest, last year. She won that show. She's been there quite a few times. You can get a pro card there. And because visa issues, because she lives in Romania, but she's from Russia. But we know that a while back, Anastasia Leonova, she married her husband, who was a trainer. And, he's from Israeli. He's Israeli, so that should be able to say officially she's an Israeli citizen, which give her the right to come here if she wants. But she's not qualified for a show because she didn't do